Welcome back to our series on container gardening. In part 1 we covered some foundational pitfalls to avoid, and now in part 2 of this series, we'll explore 3 critical missteps that often go unnoticed. Choosing the wrong plants, overcrowding your beds, and turning a blind eye to pests and diseases. These silent saboteurs could be stopping your garden from thriving, but don't worry, we have the solutions to help your garden flourish. Remember to like and subscribe to help the channel grow. Mistake number 1. Choosing the wrong plants for containers. One of the most common errors container gardeners make is selecting plants that simply aren't suited for container life. Unlike traditional garden beds, containers have limited soil volume and water retention capacity. Plants with deep or extensive root systems, or those that demand large amounts of nutrients, often struggle or fail entirely in small pots. For example, towering fruit trees or sprawling root vegetables aren't ideal candidates for most containers. When choosing plants, it's crucial to consider their mature size, root growth habits, and water needs. Opt for compact or dwarf varieties that have been bred specifically for container growing. Herbs like basil, thyme, and chives thrive in pots, as do many salad greens, cherry tomatoes, and peppers. These plants have manageable root systems and generally adapt well to container environments. Additionally, think about sunlight requirements and growth habits. Group plants with similar light and water needs together to avoid creating stressful conditions. A sun-loving tomato planted next to a shade-preferring lettuce will likely disappoint. By selecting plants thoughtfully, you give your container garden the best chance for flourishing, setting the stage for a bountiful harvest. Transitioning to mistake number 2, let's discuss a challenge that often compounds wrong plant selection: overcrowding. Overcrowding is a trap many gardeners fall into when they're eager to maximize space or harvest. While it may seem productive to cram as many seedlings or plants as possible into one container, the reality is quite the opposite. Overcrowded containers create competition for limited resources: soil nutrients, water, sunlight, and even airflow, leading to stressed and weakened plants. Next, root overcrowding is a hidden challenge in container gardening that can quietly undermine your plant's health. Roots can become entangled and compete below the surface, while above ground, dense foliage can restrict light and trap humidity. This environment not only stunts plant growth but also becomes a breeding ground for fungal diseases. Poor airflow encourages the development of mold, mildew, and other pathogens that can quickly spread in a crowded container. To avoid this mistake, follow the recommended spacing guidelines on seed packets or plant tags. Remember that container gardening is about quality over quantity. It's better to have fewer, healthy plants than many struggling ones. Also, consider using appropriately sized containers for your plants. Small plants in large pots or large plants in small pots both create problems, but in different ways. Prevention and early detection are your best defenses. Develop a routine of inspecting your plants closely at least once a week. Look under leaves, along stems, and around the soil surface for signs of pests, tiny moving dots, sticky residue, holes in leaves, or wilting. For diseases, watch for discoloration, powdery coatings, or unusual spots. When you spot a problem, act promptly. For pests, manual removal, insecticidal soaps, or introducing beneficial insects like ladybugs can keep infestations under control. For diseases, improve air circulation, reduce overhead watering, and remove affected plant parts to prevent spread. Maintaining healthy soil and proper watering also helps plants resist pests and disease naturally. By avoiding these 3 mistakes, you set yourself up for a flourishing container garden that's both beautiful and productive. In our next installment, we'll explore proper watering techniques and soil management to further boost your container garden's health. Thank you for joining me today. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more gardening tips. And as always, happy growing.